The first year will be very hard. Everything that you start will be difficult in the beginning, right? So you just have to accept that and you have to suffer through the pain. Today we're going to talk about switching careers. So you've been in a job for a few years and you want to find a job in a new industry, or you want to switch careers. Here are a few tips that you can try to help you in that transition. Educate yourself on the new industry. So what you need to do is do a lot of research to understand where the industry is going and what's going on in the industry. You should dedicate at least 1,000 hours to this research. Why 1,000 hours? Well, if it takes 10,000 hours to be an expert at something, then the minimum you need is maybe 10% of that to really start to understand the basics. So one of the things you can do is to sign up for industry-focused newsletters. This is very important because you need to be able to talk on a high level about the topics that are important in the industry. The other thing you can do is you can watch YouTube videos, you can listen to podcasts to understand different perspectives on the industry and different important topics that are going on within that area. You can also take online courses, or you can go back to school to learn more about the basics and the theory behind each industry. So these are some of the things that you can do to help increase your knowledge base on the industry. Getting a job. So now that you've done all the research and you understand on a high level how the industry works and all the requirements, now it's time to think about how do you get that job. Keep in mind that you will probably have to accept a position that is a lower rank and a lower pay than what you currently have. But that's okay because you have a lot of prior experience. So what you do is you just want to get your foot in the door, because once you start working there, you can learn quickly on the job, you can prove yourself, and you can get promoted much faster. Now you should start looking for the different jobs that are available in the industry that you want to go into. And it's really important now, because you're switching careers, that you fully understand what you're getting yourself into. So when you look at a company, don't just look at the job and the requirements. You should also look at the company culture. What's it like to work there? What it's like to be an employee at this company. So now that you know what the company is looking for, you should create a list of how you can add value to the company. So to start with, on a very basic level, what are some of the hard skills that you can do in this industry based on the research that you've done? And then after that, look and see how you can leverage your prior experience to create a unique perspective on the overall industry. And then the third thing would be, how can you differentiate yourself from other candidates? How are you different? And the last thing is, don't be afraid to reach out to the head of HR. Companies are excited to hear from people that want to be a part of their team. You can submit your resume through the normal channels, convince them that you are very excited about this position and that you're the best person for the job. Time commitment. So when you find that new job and you get that offer and you accept the offer, make sure you know that you're committing 2 years. This is the minimum amount it takes you to really get good at a job and to really understand if you can do this. Right? The first year will be very hard. Everything that you start will be difficult in the beginning. Right? So you just have to accept that and you have to suffer through the pain. And after 2 years, you'll get a really good idea of whether or not this is the right place for you. But do not leave before 2, because that will give you an incomplete picture of your abilities and your fit with this job. So changing careers is not an easy thing to do, but it's very worthwhile because your career can last many, many years, and it's worth it to find something that you really enjoy doing.